I've been away for a little more than a week now, and some of you may already know why, some of you don't. I actually made a community post about it, so if you do not know yet, well, I'm a dad. And these last 2 weeks have been fairly eventful, especially for my wife. But hopefully we're back to a point where I can start making content again. And we need to talk about what happened last week, because there's actually been a big reveal for OP08. They released a trailer with a ton of new information, so I'm gonna break down some of the things that are happening in this trailer. So first off, in that trailer they are revealing the alternate art of all the leaders, starting with Tony Chopper, and he's very cute. Let's get that out of the way. He's doing his iconic I'm hiding pose, but it's not really hiding. It's a very cute leader, and I was raising concern back when this leader was revealed that we didn't have enough animals or Drum Kingdom cards to go along with it, and they seem to have planned this ahead, and we got a bit more animals and Drum Kingdom cards now to go along with him, so we will have to see if this leader is ready to make some big waves. But given the other leaders that are in the sets, I think it's highly unlikely that this is gonna make it to the top. Next, of course, we have the Chopper SR that goes along with the leader, and we also already know the effect because it's displayed right here on the video, and somebody already translated the entire thing for us. So we have a cost 3 character with a 5k power with the Animal, Drum Kingdom and Straw Hat Crew type, and an effect that is only during your turn, so on play and when attacking during your turn specifically. You can look at the top 5 cards of your deck, select and play up to 1 animal type character with a power of 4k or less as rested, and then you can place the rest of the cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. This is your searcher for the animal archetype, and sure, you're only searching for a 4k power, but remember the Tony Chopper leader actually allows you to give done freely to up to 3 cards, so that's not that big of an issue. Next, we're gonna have the alternate art Marco leader, which yeah, they made him hot, basically. That's what they did. Somebody really liked that leader and really wanted to make him busted, because his effect is already like so good, and now he's just got like one of the hottest cards in the game, basically. Yeah, I know, sure, waifu tax and all that, but there's also husbandos, and Marco is the definition of that now with his alternate art. We also have the alternate art for Podgas, the Ace, the blue Ace that is coming in OP08, and the alternate art of this card goes like so hard. You can see it right here, it's all fiery all over, and you even got a hint of Luffy in the backdrop, because this is at Marineford when they fought together back to back with all the Marines. Not to mention that on play you can look at the top card of your deck and then play up to 1 character with the type Whitebeard Pirate and a cost of 4 or less. Then you can return the remaining cards at the top or bottom of the deck. So you really have a lot of inertia with that specific leader. Is very good, and played with Marco is gonna be like even better, and I can totally see Marco being the top deck, hands down, for OP08. Of course, next we have the leader for Kara, the alternate art. She's very cute, and she's got a lot of Minx support coming for OP08, which is very good for the leader, because up to like 2 weeks ago she didn't have that much going for her. And as you can see, we also got an SR for Carrot, which is gonna be a very interesting card to play in that specific deck, because on play and when attacking, up to 1 of your opponent's rested cost 7 or less character do not become active during your opponent's next refresh phase. And also, as soon as I dropped my former video about the leaders for OP08, there has been an announcement that there was an Electric Luna card event coming into the game for the Minx type, which kind of does the same thing as the Birdcage for Doflamingo. So you're preventing them from restanding whilst boosting up your own offensive. That's super good, and that's just typical green, what they always did just with a spin on it, and this is very good to me. Also, you get Zoe as a stage coming in for the Minx package that allows you to restand a Dawn and a Minx at the end of your turn. So you can totally get like a free blocker that is a Minx on the board, still attack with them and still restand them at the end of the turn. Great support for the Minx. Next leader is gonna be King, and the alternate art is looking lit as well, just like Marco, even though I find this leader less interesting than the aforementioned Marco. But the real highlight for purple is gonna be this alternate art Black Maria, because her effect is an activate main once per turn. If you have no other Black Maria on the board, you can add up to 5 Dawn cards from your Dawn deck rested, and then at the end of your turn you can return the Dawn cards from your field to the Dawn deck until the number of Dawn cards on your field is equal to the number on your opponent's field. So that means that you can Dawn minus to your Heart's Content early game, because once you drop the Black Maria, you're gonna be adding Dawn to your pool, and then you can maybe use a bigger Dawn minus effect, which is very good for the inertia of purple, and you should definitely try to exploit that if you're playing in purple. Putting the alternate art leader is of course super cute, as Waifu does, and I have absolutely no doubt that this leader is gonna be one of the most sought after leader in OP08, meaning that it is gonna be pricey. And the SR reveal for purple is none other than Big Mom, and she's very interesting in the sense that her effect is very close to the secret category that we had in OP03. So it's an unplay, Dawn -1, you need to trash 1 card from your hand and add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. Then you can place up to 1 of your opponent's character with a cost of 6 or less to the top or bottom of the owner's life face up. So you get a bit of board control with that, and also life restocked, but you need to trash a card in order to activate. So I'm thinking that's a price I'm willing to take for getting a new card on top of my life. Next we have the alternate art leader for Kagara, and I'm actually like very satisfied with this, because you kind of have his demon warrior vibes in the eyes, also kind of like a mad dog running wild with his tongue on the side, kind of like Bellamy actually, which is a character that belonged in the same arc or saga in the anime and the manga. And we actually have Wiper coming as a support for this archetype, which is a counter 2000, so that's already very interesting. But he's got an on-play effect that you can look at the top 4 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card with upper yard name, and then add it to your hand. And then you can put the remaining cards to the bottom of your deck in any order, and play up to 1 upper yard from your hand. So that's a search and play upper yard for free type of deck. But that's actually not all the support that we got for this deck, because we also have Salzburg coming in OP08, which has an on-play effect. You can look at the top 7 cards of your deck and play up to 1 upper yard card. Then you can return the rest to the bottom of your deck in any order. So again, an upper yard searcher. And the last support card that have been revealed for that archetype is actually Mont Blanc Norland, which has an on-play effect that if your leader has a Shandora warrior type and you have a Kagara character in play, then you can add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, which is super interesting, because with your leader you can actually play these cards kind of for free. So those are very interesting cards coming in OP08 for the Shandora type, and I was concerned for Kagara that he wouldn't have that much support, but they seem to have their plan figured out to give him the support he needs to be at the very least playable. And next in the video we have 2 last pieces of information. The first one being one of the super rare of this set is gonna be Whitebeard, and it's actually even better than you think, because we actually know the cards, and I'm gonna show it to you right now and explain to you the effect, because it's a 10 cost character with a 12k power. And what's mad about this card is actually the effect that on play, if your leader type includes Whitebeard Pirate and you have 2 or less life cards, until the end of your opponent's next turn, all of your opponent's character cannot attack unless they first discard 2 cards from their hands. That's insane. That's just insane. Picture this with Marco as a red and blue leader for the Whitebeard Pirate. This is insane. You're stopping your opponent dead in their tracks. And if he still wants to attack, he has to discard 2 cards. Now you might think that this is just like cool as a standalone effect, but trust me that there will be ways to chain this together. If you're thinking that it's just one turn and then it's done and you're not gonna have to deal with that again, you're wrong. Because player will find a way to play this every turn to get the maximum return on investment. And lastly, we get a bit of a tease, and it's gonna be silver ready, and we can fairly make out from the top of the cards on the right and the left that it's gonna be an 8 cost 8k power silver ready, but we know nothing else yet about this card. Well, not quite all. We know that it's a former Roger pirate because we got the type just right here in the video. Now with all this coming to OP08, it is gonna be a very promising and exciting set to get into the game. That said, we still need to have some news about OP09 because it's gonna be the 2nd anniversary of the game, and Bandai themselves seems to have something big planned for this, and we will be covering all those news on the channel, so make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel to never miss anything geek. Bye guys.